Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to replace my old weather station with this AcuRite 6-inch Pro Digital Weather Center. Alright everybody, welcome back. So one of the things I think as a prepper that we can do to really help ourselves out is to be well informed. And to know about what's coming your way before it happens or while it's happening can give you a big advantage. And I've had a weather center of some kind in my house for, gosh, at least 15 years now. I just found them to be very handy. I mean, it started out with one that just had a indoor and outdoor temperature, and it had a little sensor that went outside and gave you the temperature outside. Then I moved up to another one and moved up, and eventually I ended up with this one here. Now this is an older AcuRite model. I believe I picked this up in Walmart a while back. I want to say 2012. And it's been running continuously since then, so AcuRite stuff is pretty decent. Let me see if I can find a model number on it. Model 00639. Anyway, they've come out with one that's a bit of a replacement. This is the 609. And it's a little bit smaller, which is good because my desktop area is a little smaller now that I don't have a huge, monstrous desktop in there anymore. It's one of those very thin Dell Optimus, Optiplex type computers, and it no longer can sit. You know, this big one can't sit there anymore. So I decided to downsize the monitor a little. This all has the exact same info on it, but it's a little bit of a smaller package. I'm going to give you a little close-up here. Take a look at it. Now you'll notice the two are different. And that's because the monitor for my other older, larger one is outside. This one's still in here. This gives you a wind speed, a humidity, your dew point, your moon phase, your barometric pressure, your indoor and outdoor temperature, and humidity and wind speed. Now the wind speed happens every 18 seconds. I don't know if you can see the things going on in there, where it's seconds ago. 14, 15, 16, let's spin it a little. 17, 18. See? 2 miles an hour. So the wind speed is not a real-time one, and it wasn't with this one either. You know, it's about the same. It's about every 18 seconds. But if you're a ham radio operator and you have antennas out there, trust me, you're going to like that. You're going to like knowing how bad the wind is and should you be worried. So pretty much you have your indoor-outdoor temperature, your wind chill, dew point, heat index, high and low records. You can cycle through those here. This will give you your low and your high. And this has just been sitting out here for about 3 days with the battery in it. I'm not really doing anything with it. It's just sitting here. I was waiting to do the video actually, but I didn't want to put it outside and not show you guys what I'm tearing down. Your 12 and 24-hour forecast. Moon phase, the clock is managed. It's an atomic clock, so it will sync with the atomic clock in Denver, Colorado. And your wind speed, peak, and average. So the reason I bought this is because the old sensor was made of a different plastic. And it's starting to get very brittle. And I'm afraid one of these little wind cups are going to fall off, or this will end up breaking. It's really starting to get brittle out there. It's pretty old. Like I said, I put it up in 2012, and this guy's been running ever since. So we're going to put this outside. I'm going to show you the setup I have. I don't have it super high, maybe 9, 10 feet up on a PVC pole. So I'm going to show you that setup, and then we'll put the new one out there, and let's see how it runs. Alright, so there's the old one. I think you can tell right up there. I think you can tell how yellow and decrepit that is. We're going to pull it down and look at it. But it's seen better days. It's definitely time to change it out. So I'm going to get a little step stool there and climb my 6'2" butt up there and pull it out and install the new one. So give me a second and we'll get that done. Alright, so if you can look up there, you see there's the new one mounted. The bottom was the exact same size. I have that in a PVC tube with a little piece of wood, a wood dowel, just stuck in the PVC tube about where am I at? Here we go, halfway up, and then the wood dowel starts, and then I have the screw in from the bottom piece that holds it in place into the top. So I mean that's, like I said, about 9, 10 feet up, not overly high. I probably could put it higher if I wanted to, but for now that works. I've used it for so long there. So if we're getting, the weather service says 30-mile-an-hour winds, maybe mine's going to be 25, you know, so I know to kind of translate it a bit because it's not as high as their monitor. So let's go back to the table and I'll show you what the old one looks like. And I don't really have any plans for the old one yet. I might give it to a friend, see if they can use it. Might hang on to it for a little while, just in case this one gives me any problems. The old one seems to work, but let's check it out. Alright, so you can see the color differences. I mean, the sun out here destroys everything. So, for being out there for that long, since 2012, you'll notice a little bit of paint on the bottom. I painted, kind of camo painted that pole so it doesn't stick out, because it was kind of ugly before. But, I mean, you can see how yellowed that is compared to the original color. And these were getting really brittle, you know? I don't know if you can see it. For some reason, this top one didn't discolor, but these did. So, I figure, better safe than sorry, replace it. Wasn't too expensive. You can pick these up in a few select stores. I believe Walmart has them. Tractor Supply has them in a few other places, so I won't have a link down below. But you can shop in my store and check out some of the other AcuRite weather centers there. They're a little bit more expensive. This was kind of a deal. These are $54.99, so you figure $55 for the new one. Let's get the old one out of here so you don't think I'm talking about that. And here is the new monitor working away. So far, so good. You're getting your wind updates there, the forecast. Now, you'll notice here, let me see if I can show you this. It says forecast, learning. It'll take about 14 days to learn your climate, and then it will be a whole lot more accurate as far as the forecast goes. But it is very accurate once it learns your climate. I found that with this one too, and it's pretty close actually. You can see this one says sun and a little bit of clouds, and that one has sun and a little bit of clouds. This one really learned it well, and it was really cool. And this one pretty much has everything but the records up here. And if I want my records, I can just scroll through like that. That was my low. That's my high for the day. And that's back to live information. To set it up, to put the batteries in, this one takes 3 AA's, and the sensor takes 4 AA's. You will open it up, and you'll see a little switch inside. Let me open up this one to show you, since I don't care if it goes offline. You'll see an A, B, or C. I had this one on A. This one is on B. So you'll set that first. You'll match it on your monitor. This guy in here, it's in here. It's kind of hard to find, but it's in the battery area. You'll match that there, and you'll be able to synchronize it, and it will run perfectly. And it will sync right up. Really, it takes almost nothing. I put the battery in that one, and I put the batteries in this one, and I started to set it, you know, use the set button to set the clock initially. Let me show you the back here. There you go. There's your ABC on the back on this one. And it was already synced up. So this one does sync a whole lot quicker, and for the price, not a bad deal. We are going to take it inside and use it for a little while. If there are any problems with it, I will come back and do a follow-up video. But if it lasts as long as the older one did, that lasts since 2012, I really, really can't complain. So that is the AcuRite 6-inch Pro Digital Weather Center. These are made specifically for stores. They're kind of a bridge between the super expensive ones that transmit to the internet and all that, and the less expensive ones that are just used, you know, just temperature sensor inside and outside your house. These will transmit to the internet, but you need to buy an adapter. I believe it's called AcuRite Access for Remote Monitoring. Runs about $129. And basically, it's not using this at all. It's reading the data off one of these and sending it up to the internet. The advantage to that, well, if you like to upload your weather to Weather Underground, or if you like to view your weather, where you know, if you go on vacation, you want to see how it is back at home, you can check it on your phone. But I think for a prepper, knowing your outside weather conditions, I mean, yeah, you can look out the window, but knowing the wind speed, knowing the temperature, the highs, the lows, keeping track of it, you know, this keeps a record for about a year's worth of weather data in it. Very handy thing to have. Also, too, if you're involved in Skywarn, which is the National Weather Service's kind of civilian weather watchers, you know, we just report any kind of weird stuff to them in Vegas. It's a really handy tool to have, because I can call them up and they can say, hey, you know, I'm showing really high wind speeds here. I just got a gust of 60 miles an hour. And they'll know that, and they'll be able to report it, since they don't have a weather office out here. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed the video today. Like I said, this won't be in the Amazon store, but feel free to click that link down below and shop for one of these weather centers. AcuRite makes a little more expensive ones in the $120 to $130 range. So, I mean, if you're looking to go all out and set up a web page with your weather and all that, which it can do, some of the more expensive ones can do, you know, by all means, go for it. But this is really just something simple for me. It doesn't have a rain monitor. We don't get enough rain for me to really sit out there and monitor it. But it's just a basic unit. So do check out our Amazon store down below. And don't forget to check out our Thrive Life down below as well, our Thrive Life link. If you're interested in getting started in some really high-quality freeze-dried food, give them a check. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.